Hi there, this is Michelle. I am with Bob Bonus Rewards, and we've got Cheryl. Cheryl's with me. Say hello, Cheryl. Cheryl.
Hi, how are you? Hi,
Today we are going to be.
everybody.
Can you hear? Cheryl, can you hear me?
I can hear. Yes,
Okay.
I can.
All right, dear. All right, let's see here. So, we are talking about black on black jealousy, the continuous fighting of black personalities on YouTube. And this video I had did one before last week, and the sound kind of messed up, but I do want to go over my presentation now, so everybody can hear. I hope everyone can hear me who's joining in. And Cheryl is here with me from One Way Productions, and she also does another podcast with me, which is called Agree to Disagree. So, hey, introduce yourself, Cheryl. Tell everybody a little bit about who you are. Cheryl, can you hear
Okay,
me?
I
Okay.
can hear you.
All right.
Hello, everyone. As you say, I'm Cheryl from the Marriage Couch, and we do a podcast, Agree to Disagree. Um, I come from the Direct Secrets to Matchmaking.com. You can go there and you can look onto my page, and I have stores. I have a publishing company. There are a lot of things that you could get a lot of info on Black Insight, and I've been in business now for about maybe 14 years. So go to the Marriage Couch or go to Direct Secrets to Matchmaking. I also have a hub page if you're interested in learning anything about, as I say, my religious background and things that I'm taught as far as about the Bible and anything you have any you're not understanding. I have several hub pages. So as Michelle has said, we are here to talk on black jealousy in the community and in families. So if you'd like, Michelle, we can start.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and just kind of jump ahead here in the presentation. And let you guys listen to the video. Something that basically Anti-Afro Svengalis. Her and Mechee X, they are both black YouTube personalities, if anybody doesn't know who they are. And they have quite a few subscribers amongst both of them. Well, no, let me take that back. Anti-Afro Svengalis, she only probably has about 700 or so. And then Mechee, I think she's got probably about 50,000. But Mechee X, she belongs with another network group called Fly Nubian Queen, right? And so the Fly Nubian Queen network has about, they have in the hundreds of thousands, okay? And there's a bunch of sisters that are on there that, they podcast. Now, Mechee X, she has been under attack for something that she said. This was back about 2-3 weeks ago. And so I'm going to go ahead and play that video here. So just bear with me. I know I got the thing open, but here we go. It's hiding from me.
Everyone, this is live, so we don't do any rehearsing. As you can see, we just come to you raw.
Yeah, but it takes time when people do these things. So hey, everybody knows. Okay, all right. So hey, it is basically these black conscious personalities on YouTube. It's growing. So Cheryl, you know about that, right? How much it's
Yes,
grown,
yeah.
right?
Yes, I've watched a couple of ladies on YouTube. I'm not real familiar with them, but Tasha K and I think Lady T, and their beef is growing as well. And it's like you don't understand why they're attacking each other. It doesn't make any sense to me. And I'm like, we're here to come together. But it seems, I think, and as me and Michelle would be discussing, I think it has to do with a lot of jealousy. Jealousy in the community, jealousy in families. And it doesn't matter because it's enough cake to go around for everybody.
For everybody. I don't know why black people always think they got to be the first and the only one. I cannot understand that for the life of me, what that's about. You don't have to be the first and the only one. There's room enough. There's enough of us as a group of people where we don't need to be. To me that is just crazy when I think about it. So I just want to go ahead.
I was just about to say that's kind of like shooting your own self in the foot, because I'm not going to stick around for that. I mean, I like informative news. I like to give informative news. But when you are always more or less interested in beefing and what your point is and how strong you are compared to another YouTuber, that's just to me nonsense and a waste of my time. So, I grew up from watching the field fight, It doesn't make any sense. It's childish and it's weak. It's weak. And all you're doing is just showing your ass, because that's basically what we used to call it back in the day. Just showing your ass. So your views or your opinions are not no more than important than mine. So this is all what our opinion is, and this is what we think. And even if you say you got your quote unquote receipts to all this stuff that you're talking about, that still doesn't make any difference, because I'm going to believe what I want to believe, and I'm going to care as much as I want to. So it's not even, I think when you're so interested in, like I said, beefing with somebody rather than giving somebody something to grow with, then, you're just really wasting your time to me. So what do you think, Michelle?
Well, I think that it is just trifling to have us not, we have so many other issues that can be discussed in black media. Black media is, as we can see, a lot of people tune into black media, okay? And we got so many issues that we can be discussing that are going on with the black community that's so much more important right now, Cheryl, that we do not need to be discussing about, this little stupid stuff. There's really important stuff going on. And, like right now, everybody's talking about R. Kelly. I am so sick of R. Kelly. I mean, now they're going to get into R. Kelly. I saw this morning where they were talking about the attorney that he got, some Jewish attorney, Greenberg, I think his name is. And basically he is going to be representing R. Kelly for with Lifetime. Okay?
Excuse me, Michelle.
What?
Michelle.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I mean to interrupt you, but I don't know if you're coming across to everyone else where you're muffled real bad, but I'm not sure what's going on. But I think maybe if you'll slow down your speech, it may help. Okay. Because I don't know why it comes out muffled like that.
Let me see if my settings, if something with the settings in here. But hopefully everybody can hear me. I don't know if you want to pull up the YouTube channel and see if there's anybody there. Or, let me see. But I'm tired of having all these technical problems. I can tell you that. Let me see if my audio is.
I know you are.
I think it's probably something to do.
Well,
if anything, it has probably something to do with the Zoom, but I don't think it has anything to do with this other system.
I'm about to launch a new channel as well, so we'll see too. Because maybe I can invite you to some of my platforms.
Yeah, I think it's the Zoom, but hey, it is what it is, and hopefully people can hear. I'm gonna go ahead and keep talking, but let's see here. Let me see if I can find this.
Okay. I just want to be able to understand you as well.
Okay. Well, listen. Why don't you open it up and see if you can, if it works for you.
All right. We'll see. Like I said, as long as I can understand you right now, it's like when you go a little faster when you talk, I can't hardly understand you, but when you slow down, I can understand.
Okay. You know what? That probably has. I saw something in there where there was some settings in there for the whatchamaface for on Zoom where it said the speed of it. So I bet you that's what it has to do with. On that side from you, for you hearing me, but I think on the side for people hearing me right now, I don't know. It's saying that, hey, I've got. Okay, it's telling me I need to use a higher bit rate. Okay, hold on a second. It's telling me that it was healthy at 240.
Okay.
What time is it now? Okay.
Let's how you doing?
Okay. You there, Cheryl?
Nope. I'm gonna cross like that.
Huh? Okay, Cheryl?
Oh. Something's wrong with the volume. You there, Cheryl? I'm here. I'm here.
Okay. I can hear it on your side. Okay, turn your volume down. Turn your volume down. Okay, so let's go on with this presentation, okay? All right, it is what it is. I've got mine open. It says my thing is buffering too low, so it's not coming up all the way it should. But
can you hear it?
Can you? I'm gonna chat something to you on YouTube. Turn that off, Cheryl. It's giving feedback. Turn the volume down on that.
All right.
On that video.
Okay, we'll go on with
it's bringing too much feedback. Okay. All right, I just put something in the chat there on YouTube. So, hey, that is what that is. Okay. So, let's go on back to this. All right, I want to read to the viewers here a notice to all the viewers about these videos. If you guys don't know now that these videos are being made to show how black people are useful tools for white supremacy. Their actions and behaviors are detrimental to the success and well-being of blacks. My goal is to make a difference in the lives of my black people. And I know that one of our biggest issues is how we treat one another and everything that we do. It has to stop. If you're a participant, let me tell you that it's not going to get you anywhere except to show how disloyal you are to your black people, your black race. And to me, it looks desperate, it looks greedy, it looks disheartening, it looks dumb, it looks dysfunctional, it looks disgusting to other racial groups. When we have black on black jealousy, we have to learn how to work together as a group like other racial groups do without bashing each other publicly to the point where it makes us all look bad. We can stay on code. Yes, we can. If we learn to agree to disagree with one another and still love who you are and your black people. Okay? So, just to let people know, this when I'm going to make these videos on people, it's not to bash. What it's meant to do is what it's meant to do is to give you know, to make a change in the community. Okay, so that there is, I just want people to understand. I see what's going on. So Cheryl, what do you got to say about my statement? You just too quiet right there. Come on now. You're supposed to be sharing the platform with me. Hello?
I can't hear you. I can't hear you. I can't hear you, so you need to put the phone over somewhere so I can hear you. Because I don't even know what you said.
Well, what happened? Did you unmute yourself?
No, it was very... I wasn't muted. I just can't hear you.
Okay.
You're real muffled, so leave the... so I can understand.
I can. It's going to give that echo. I'm pretty sure it's not working with this phone. It's got too much feedback. Okay, hold on a minute. Let's see if we can try to fix this. Let me call you on my other phone.
Well, I think...
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. With no muffle.
With no muffle.
With no muffle. Okay, that's much better.
I think like I told you already, so let's quit interrupting. If it gets a little foggy, just hold on a minute. It's going to clear up. I think it has something to do with that rate that's coming up. You know what? I am so tired of just having all these streaming problems that's getting on my nerves where I can't advance to the conversation that I want to talk about. And it's getting almost to the point where I'm not even going to share other people's video. Are you there?
Not understandable at all. I don't know what's going on with something with the audio, but I can't. You get where you can't understand you at all.
That's on your side, but hold on a minute. Let me see if I can.
This is how you're talking. That's how you sound. We're gonna have to just make something correct. We have too many audience video.
Okay.
Now it sounds perfect.
Okay, I'll just want. Okay, so let me go on, continue on with the presentation and whatever it is, what you know, Cheryl, because and then we'll test it out, okay? And we'll look at it later. That's the only thing we can do at this point, okay? So, you know, because I want to get my presentation done, and if you want to talk, just talk. That's the only thing I can do at this point. I don't see your camera though anymore. So let me see here. Let me get you back. I don't see your camera.
It doesn't matter. We can just leave it. Okay. We can leave it like this.
Okay.
That way.
That's fine.
At least I can understand.
You understand me better with your camera not working.
Well, I can understand you better when you slow down like you do it now. When you get too loud, I guess it's your tone. Once you get a little loud and escalate, it goes to muffling where no one can understand what you're saying. But as long as you stay at a marginal level, it seems like that at least we can understand you. There's a little bit of echo at the back of your voice, but at least it's words are understandable.
Okay, I'm going to X out of here if I can figure out how to X out of this page. This is crazy. I didn't realize that my bar just... Hold on a second. I'm getting out of here. Why is this...
I don't know. I know the first one we did with Sister Q. I don't know how we did that one, but that was perfect. It was perfect audio, but our videos weren't as big. but it was perfect audio.
Oh,
So
there we go.
I don't know how.
Okay, hold on. Let's see. I got this thing here. Why is this? Okay, I'm going to X out of there. I got too much open. I'm going to open up by... Okay, I got an idea. I don't know why I didn't think about that. Okay, so let's go ahead on with my presentation, please. Let's see here. All right. Okay. These are the most unprofessional presentations I've ever given in my life. Okay, so Cheryl, let's play the video about what happened. I don't know why my thing's not changing. Hold on.
Well, they'll get better.
It shut down. I'm having every possible problem.
I'm here.
You gotta turn that off. You gotta turn that YouTube off. It's giving feedback on the YouTube. You can't have that volume going. It's giving feedback, Cheryl. It's probably why you can't hear me.
What did you just say?
You gotta turn that volume down. It's giving too much feedback. Like you're trying to watch, you're trying to listen to the volume on the YouTube. Forget it.
I don't have any volume up. That's our connection. I don't have any
I heard you playing something in the background.
No, what you hear me doing is going to the YouTube channel, and that's what you were hearing.
And you have to mute that. Mute it. You have to mute that button because it's giving feedback.
I can't mute that.
You go to the on the YouTube channel, the thing, and you mute it. You mute it. Okay, let me play this video here, Cheryl. I'm gonna take my picture out so everybody can see it. And you can see the video, so let me take my video. Okay, all right, and all right, so let me play it.
Boyce Watkins already has 2 lawsuits, and I guess he doesn't care that a third one is potentially pending, and also criminal charges because he has Mechee X free reigning on his channel, endorsing and talking about harboring minors in her home who she claims were, quote, kicked out. And this does not appear to be an arrangement to shelter these minors with their parents.
Cheryl,
because she's up here talking about parents need their asses whooped.
Some parents need their asses whooped.
Cheryl, go on mute,
so,
please.
We're talking about these 2 children.
Cheryl, go on mute.
But this is a very general conversation to all the babies that are going through this shit, right? So for those of you tuning in, let me go back and say, you know, that I have 2 children in my house right now, which is why we're talking about this conversation, but I see it all the time, okay? So I have a baby who just turned 17. His mama kicked him out because he was smoking weed. Black baby out on the streets, right? So he's here at our house. He's been kicked out for a couple of weeks. And he's waiting for other family members to connect with him so he has somewhere to go. Until then, he's at my home. So we baked him a cake today, and he was very grateful. He's a very good kid, right? But he smoked some weed, so let's just throw him out in the streets. I don't know what kind of shit that is. I also have a young girl here that I was telling you guys about for the video cut me off, and her father put her out because she snuck out the house one night, and so he's mad at her about that because she can't follow his rules, right? You have children that are 16 and 17 years old, you guys, right? And they're being put out on the streets. So you got this black boy kicked out by his mom because he smokes weed. You got a black girl put out in the streets because of her father saying that, you know, if she can't follow the rules, she got to get out. Now, both of these kids learned their lesson when when the parents said leave. Now, this is what you think a parent should do, right? A parent should tell you to leave, and they know that by sundown, maybe you can find somewhere to spend the night for one goddamn night. But eventually, you're going to come back home, and you're going to follow the instructions, and you're going to be down with all the rules, right? And this is what we hope as parents, right? But these children went home, right? These children went home and was like, okay, it's all good. Can I come home? I'll follow your rules. And you know what they said? They told they kids, no, you can't come back in my house. So I don't know what kind of parent puts their kids out on the street. It's cold outside and you don't know where they are. You know how many kids hang out at my house, you guys, in the neighborhood? All of the neighborhood kids come to my house. They have parents, and all of them haven't been kicked out, right? But they come over here. You know, they eat dinner. They want to hang out. They're not doing shit. They're playing video games. They playing with my younger kids, right? They're over here because there is an environment of a family, right? And when they go home, that they don't seem to have that at home. So you're right. It seems like a whole lot of parents is having children, and they don't understand, right? Somebody said it's two sides to a story, and one in between. Well, on this subject, I disagree, right? Somebody said, Mechee, these parents were teenagers before. I was too, and that's why I keep that in mind.
I don't know how Boyce Watkins can be so arrogant as to think he's insulated from liability, whether it's civil or criminal liability, when he has a channel wherein people are advertising that they are harboring minors in their home, that Mechee claims were kicked out of their homes.
That's anti-Afro.
And rightfully so, people on the chat were asking or stating there's two sides to every story. And then the concern was Mechee says no, there aren't two sides to every story. What? You heard Mechee give this description about what's going on, and here's the situation. Here's the problem.
Okay, Cheryl? Cheryl, you there? Cheryl?
Yes. Yes. Can you hear me?
Right. Okay. All right. So, hey.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. So
Yes.
you heard the video. What did you think about that? I think that's pathetic. I mean, if you look at her videos, like now, I noticed lately she's been off of Mechee, and I think because she got such a lot of negative feedback from, you know, all the stuff she was doing.
I'm here.
But I think that's just terrible how she's like slandering people. And in this particular case, I think it's, you know, and this is a case of black on black jealousy. Would you agree or disagree with that? Cheryl?
Yes.
Okay. What you doing? Are you busy?
No, I can't. I couldn't hear it.
You couldn't hear it?
And no. I'm just now able
Boyce
to hear
Watkins already has 2 lawsuits. And
okay. But you couldn't hear it.
Hear
you couldn't hear the video.
No. But
why was that?
I've listened. Huh?
You couldn't hear the video? Okay. All right.
No, it was muffled.
It was
I
muffled?
can hear
okay.
you better now. What I did is I left and I came back in.
Okay. Well, in my opinion, I don't think, like I was saying, what Anti-Afro Svengalis should have done, she should have never done anything. She should have never publicly broadcasted the personal life of Mechee. I don't think it was any of her business, and I think that she should have just shut her mouth and should have focused on issues that could only really do some good to black people, and just to simply just stay on code. And that's what I mean by stay on code, you know. So my message to the black community here is that, hey, you guys, you can't fight a war by yourself. You do need our help from the community. You do need some people to help you. Not everybody's going to come along. and not everybody is going to support each other, but we can do a much better job than what we're doing right now as a group of people.
A much better job.
Yes. And so, you know, we are living in
white.
Stop fighting. Go ahead, Cheryl.
I was just saying that we need to stop fighting among each other, and you know, try to be, like you say, a team player and work together, because we can combat a lot of things by working together more than, you know, fighting against each other and pulling apart. Because if we want to unite and we want to come together, we got to learn to work together, and because we're gonna be here together. So and no one is gonna get the whole, you know, kabang. We're gonna have to share, and we're gonna have to learn to share with each other. So, and like you say here on the screen, we need each other.
Exactly. We need each other. We need each other. Okay. Now, here's another video that I'm gonna play quickly for everybody, and this one had to do with Mechee X and what she said in another, on the same podcast at the end of that same broadcast that she had did. Now, she did a few different broadcasts of Mechee, but here's another one.
But I'm just sending this alert. Do not engage in this behavior without knowing you are at serious risk for liability. I don't care what anybody says about calling the police or calling CPS on black people. You tell me, what would you rather have? CPS involved or you being arrested? In the meantime, accentuating the importance of heeding the warning. Fire. Beware.
Yeah. You see that? That's trifling. That's trifling to me. You know? A buyer, beware. She says at the end of them. And you know, I feel really wholeheartedly out, you know, when we attack each other like this. It's like, you know, we don't need to attack each other like this in the media. It looks bad. Right. And if you ever notice, is that, you know, this is the kind of stuff that the media picks up. You know what I'm saying? It's like they love it. They, you know, they love when they see black people fighting like this, you know. And this makes us look so dysfunctional.
Well,
but I'm just
you
sending
know,
this alert.
They are really putting on a show for the audience. It becomes really comical when you look at it at this point, because they're only putting on shows for their followers. And now they're just being what they have always called black people. They're being jokers. They're being jackals. They're being, you know, they're entertainers when it comes down to the same way when back in the day when white blackface and all of that was out. That's what they're doing. They're just ridiculing each other, and it doesn't make any sense because it's stupid, you know. Mm-hmm. It's stupid.
Mm-hmm. Terrible.
They're being embarrassing, you know.
Huh?
They're embarrassing.
Very embarrassing.
And not only them, like I said, the ones I don't know, like I said, you're not familiar, I guess, with Tasha K and Lady T and all of that stuff there. Mm-hmm. It's too much beef going on in YouTube.
What are they fighting about?
Oh, some mess. They're celebrity news, you know, and they are fighting over real news, dumb news, new news, right? News that don't nobody really give a damn about. It's news that only they really care about because they're, you know, they want to make sure that they're what they're reporting is real. Mm-hmm. And it's I don't even know a lot about it because I haven't looked into it. The only thing that brought it to my attention was that they were had other YouTubers that were talking about them. I looked a little bit, but like I say, if you don't have anything to give someone growth, why would you even involve yourself in entertaining that? I mean, that's, you know, it doesn't make sense to me. It's nothing to grow on.
Nothing to grow on. I mean, nobody really cares. I mean, to be, talking about issues all the time that, really are not going to do any of us any good, to me, I think it's just a waste of time. And, that whole thing about being a celebrity anyway, where some of these people just really want to get known and seen, especially in the Black conscious community, where they're not even really interested in really helping out Black people when it comes down to it. And there are quite a few people like that. And if that's what she's trying to do, I just think she's doing it in really a bad way, this anti-Afro Svengalis, because of the fact that she could do it much more in a better way that is good benefit. But if you go look at her YouTube channel, the stuff that she says about people, and even how her illustrations are, and like she says, beware, buyer beware, and all this other stuff, you know what I mean? I just don't think that we need to attack each other, because that's the negativity stuff is always what's picked up. It's always what's picked up in the media. Okay, so this is the thing here. I think people will, when this happens like this, you have to ask yourself, what is her motivation? Why does she rant unlike the way she does? Okay, and to me, she acts like she's an abused woman. Because the way she rants on, I mean, if you ever and I'm saying abused in a way like she's got something emotionally wrong with her. Like she's insecure. She's just got some turmoil or something in her life. People that act that way. I mean, would you agree with that? Cheryl? You there?
I'm here. I can hear you.
Would you agree with that? What I just said?
Well, from what I've heard her, I haven't looked into her much, so I haven't been able to even listen to a lot of what her views are. But I couldn't rightly say if this is what I feel as well. But what I can tell you is this: just in the short speeches and short videos that I've heard, I would say that just like what I feel, that she is trying to entertain her followers, and she is not, from what I'm hearing, it's just nothing informative. It's just something where she's just really throwing and slinging mud at someone. So I don't understand. Like I said, I can't understand the beefing at all in the industry, especially of YouTube bloggers. So I don't know. I'm going to look into that a little more, and I may decide to try to research it a little bit. But like I said, if it's nothing that someone can make some money or come together and unite on or pull together to strive for something great, then I'm kind of not interested in that. So I don't care. I mean,
you and a lot of other people, I imagine. But hey, it is what it is. And when they have all these people that they're influencing out here, though, especially the young people, that's what I think that is a travesty, just to keep on and on. We got to learn from our behavior what doesn't work for us as a people, and we got to make changes, because some of this stuff that we're doing to each other needs to stop, and and it's gotten worse, like to the point where it's an epidemic. Because I mean, maybe 40, 50 years ago, when my parents were growing up, it probably wasn't as bad. People had more respect for each other. Now, it's like we don't have no respect for each other. We can't work together and get anything done. A lot of us, we have so much jealousy in everything that we do. And I know I've been a victim of jealousy pretty much all my life. I feel, at least for most of it. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I'm gonna tell you, I've had jealousy too among me. I've had people on the outside looking in, people tend to, let me put it, how can I put it? We carry ourselves a certain way. And nobody, if you are smart, and if you're doing okay, let's just say you're just getting by. And some people just don't let their emotions show. Sometimes I have been just in the against the wall, backed up with just circumstances, things, and people will think that I'm doing great, and they will judge me on just my appearance and the way I carry myself. And I have been a victim of jealousy because I know it's just stemming from that. And and you don't have a person don't have to be real wise to know when somebody is just envious or jealous, and they're showing because you can't hide it. Eventually, it comes out, the real true feelings. And a lot of times, people are waiting for any little thing for you to do to just blow up because they've held it in so much. And depending on how you carry yourself, people can be very jealous of your personality.
Yes.
And think that people say, she thinks she's better than this person, or you think you're better, but it's not that. It's just that why complain about something instead of trying to resolve it or get some issues fixed? I mean, it doesn't make any difference. And I'm going to tell you this as well. Me myself, I can't hardly stand the bragger. If you are a bragger, you will definitely not be in my corner. Because I feel like this, anybody can have anything that they want. And all you have to do is go after it. And if you want it bad enough, you can get anything that anyone else has. It might sometimes take you a few more corners to turn or a few more blocks to walk, but you can get it if you really strive and you want it.
That's right.
I mean, so what's the point in being envious of somebody else who is out there, dragging and roughnecking and going and beating and hitting and sliding and kicking into what they believe and what they want. So, like I say, jealousy can come in all shapes and sizes, sweetie. And it can come over things that people will be jealous of your smile. They will be jealous of what you wear. They will be jealous where you live. They'll be jealous of what you do for a living. They will be jealous. So that's going to be there. And the Bible says jealousy is as cruel as the grave. So, you're going to have jealousy. So you just have to learn to not entertain it and to get around it, because it doesn't matter. People get jealous when they don't see, especially if you don't continually talk about, bad things in your life, or things going wrong, or things that you can't fix. I mean, but hey, they learn to live with the serenity prayer, and they'll be able to appreciate and understand life a little better. And that's not in the Bible, because you always say I'm bringing the Bible up, but the serenity prayer is just something that's true to life.
But that don't stop people from being jealous. But okay, I want to move on to this next. It don't stop people from being jealous, then, Cheryl, because I mean, and I'm going to get to that in my presentation here to show you why I think, what the characteristics of a personality of somebody who is jealous all the time and envious of other people. But I mean, prayer is good though, and meditating and stuff like that, and having spirituality, and I think that prayer is good. I think mentally prayer is good for the mind. And
serenity prayer is really, it's not a prayer, it's life. Like it says, you can change the things that you can change, and the things you can't, and have the wisdom to know the difference. Now that's just life. That has nothing to do with religion or prayer. That's life. To accept the things you can't change the things you can, and have the wisdom to know the difference. I mean, if you can change it, change it.
Okay. Well, all right. Let me, okay, so I do want to point out one of the things that she said about Dr. Boyce, and I don't know if you didn't hear it in the video, but this anti-Afro Svengalis, you know, Dr. Boyce, you know who he is, right? Dr. Boyce Watkins. Do you know who he is, Cheryl? Cheryl, you there?
And I'm sorry.
Do you know who Dr. Boyce Watkins is?
Yes.
You do? Okay. Dr. Boyce Watkins, you know, she's got so many videos out there. She's really attacking Mechee and Dr. Boyce Watkins. She's got a lot of videos out there about Dr. Boyce Watkins alone. And so she's been attacking him quite a bit. Now, you know, a lot of people talk about Dr. Boyce and say that he's fraudulent and he's a scammer and all this stuff. There's quite a bit of people out there talking about it. You know, him and Dr. Umar Johnson, you know. Anyway, to make a long story short, you know, I want to talk about why I think the things that Dr. Boyce, some of the things he's done, I don't agree with. Okay? Like, I don't agree with the cryptocurrency and the Bitcoin scam. That was a scam. Okay? But I do think that he does more good than harm. And so, you know, he's got a PhD in finance, and, you know, he talks a lot about financial stuff. Now, I'm not into all that financial stuff that he talks to. Sometimes I find it to be quite boring, to be honest. Okay? However, it does do a good, and it serves a segment of of who we are, and us growing as professional Black people are just people, period, that can give something to one another in this society we live in. We have to grow with, you know, just because we have a few people that might do something or they have a certain profession, we have to, I think, look at them for the good that they do, even though they may do some bad at times. And we can't always, like, just put each other down in such a way to the point, because, you know, who are we to be the judge? And that's when I say, hey, who are we to be the judge? I don't know. How do you feel about that, Cheryl?
Oh, I don't think that we, like I said, how I feel, we're not, no, we can't judge anybody, and we aren't going to always make the right decisions anyway. So, like I said, we're not going to always make the right decisions. I'm sorry, I don't know, something happened with my video. I lost it completely. That's why I'm kind of like turned around here. But anyway,
okay. Can you see my screen?
Yeah, I've lost everything.
You can't see my screen?
I see anything anymore. So I don't know what's going on here. That's why I was
Maybe you need to refresh. But anyway, let me go on. So why do some Black people think that Black business owners are fraudulent? Okay. And I'm saying to any Black YouTubers, when you guys talk about the Black community, we all have got to start saying the word some Black people, instead of generalizing badness for the whole group, you know, the whole Black group. And I don't know how you feel about that, but, you know, that's how I feel, that, hey, we got to stop that, because everybody's not monolithic. I mean, you agree with that, Cheryl?
Okay, I'm sorry. I think I've gotten us back. Now, what was your question to me? I'm sorry.
Do you see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, and it's telling me that I have like about maybe 10 more minutes here before I'll disconnect.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. So we're gonna make it up. Then there must be something on their system that does that. See, there's always a disadvantage to using these systems. I wonder if you can come back in and go back out though. You might can. You probably can go back in and rejoin. Anyway, so
I'll tell you what. In case, let me in case I disconnect, like I said. Did you want any closing remarks from me before we go out?
No. I want to continue on so I can get done real quick. Okay?
Okay, well, in case I go out, well, it looks like it's going down. So in case I go out, I wanted everyone to know that I have enjoyed the podcast today. But it's kind of blinking now. I don't know what's going on.
Okay. All right, I'll continue on. All right. Do you want me to try calling you back?
You can, but I don't. It's.
Or you want to just come back in? Why don't you try coming back in? I can still see your picture, by the way. Can you hear me? Okay, well, I'm still here. So, here are some of the reasons that we hear in our black community about why do some black people think that other black business owners are fraudulent. I think it's a tragedy because I've been a black-owned business owner. I run the Bob program, and I have another business called Sales Learning. And if you want to go to either one of those, the website, I don't know if you see it behind me, is bobrewards.club and then saleslearning.org. And listen, I've had other businesses in my lifetime. I had a flower shop at once, and I had a nonprofit. Was my first business that I ever started, which I would never do that again. However, I just think it's a tragedy. I know even when I had my flower shop, I would get people all the time to make little, black people, not all the time, but, a few times I had some bad customers that, always think something's fraudulent that's going on. We can't have a business without other people thinking that we're fraudulent. And I think that is what has got me more upset than anything. Hold on a second. I think Cheryl's trying to come back in. There we go. Let me see here. See my controls. Oh, they are hiding from me. They're hiding somewhere. Oh, there it is. Okay, let's see here. All right. So, anyway, we're going to continue this up, and we're going to also have other people that, I'm going to be discussing on this black on black jealousy, since it seems to be a problem in our community. And I'm going to go ahead and end with this last slide, and later on, we are definitely going to bring this up again as an issue, because we have got to stop treating each other this way, okay? But thank you if you're looking at this video.